or to forgive a situation. To forgive a situation because it happened to us. And I can say, you know what? That sucked that happened to me. However, I do see how in that place I could have manifested that, being a manifester by default, not knowing my creative power yet. And I could see how that showed up in my life. And now, knowing that I am the creator of my life, the creator of my reality, I get to choose a different direction. And in that place, our whole lives change. So, hello, my friends. Thanks for joining me again. So today I want to answer a quick question. Maybe it won't be so quick, in regards to the law of attraction. And that question that I hear frequently is, does law of attraction victim blame? And the answer to that question is yes. Yes, it does. And no, it doesn't. But why does the law of attraction victim blame? Well, very simply stated, the law of attraction says that which is like unto itself is drawn. Also, we could say like attracts like. And when we talk about law of attraction, oftentimes we're really talking about our thoughts. And so, very simply, quick answer to the question, we'll get into this a bit more, but yes, it does victim blame, because as you feel victimized, as you believe yourself to be a victim and then perpetuate a constant thought process, right? A consistent thought in your head or a consistent way of thinking, you will attract people, situations, circumstances that will make you continually feel victimized. And that also goes the other way. When you believe yourself to be a victor and feel that you're a victor and continue to perpetuate thoughts in a thought block and consciousness that is one of a victor, then you will continue to attract people, situations, and circumstances that remind you that you are a victor. And so rather than feeling victimized, especially as we mature and as we become adults, the law of attraction gives us the opportunity to recognize our power in our own manifestational reality. It gives us the opportunity to be the creator of the situations, the circumstances, the events that are going to show up into our lives. And this is really apparent, I think, as we begin to age and get older and ask those questions as to why we've experienced certain things in our life, particularly when it comes to suffering. So as we continue to suffer, we ask those questions, why am I suffering? Why are these things happening to me? And so rather than looking at the law of attraction as just this way of, especially those of us who are teachers, who say, well, you attracted this into your experience. Absolutely. Every one of us is attracting that into our experience. However, when we're not in the state of mind to truly understand and we haven't come to recognize fully that we are the creators of our own reality, that the things that are showing up in my experience are a result of my consistent thoughts and my beliefs, and I attract experiences that match those. So when we're teaching, it's helpful to not victim blame, but rather allow the teaching process to show up as an opportunity for the other person to recognize that, yes, I do attract into my life the people, the situations, the circumstances, etc. And the law of attraction is really a gift. It's this opportunity to recognize, as we've matured and as we've grown, not only physically and mentally, but spiritually, that the law of attraction gives us the opportunity to see our own creative power and recognize ourselves as extensions of the one divine, of God, of the infinite source. And so, rather than consistently and perpetually seeing ourselves as the victims of our situations, of our experiences, of our history, we begin to see through the law of attraction how I did believe a certain way and I did think a certain way. And it gives me the opportunity to see that history through a different lens, rather than, as I look back on those experiences, wanting them to be different because of what people have done to me or what situation happened to me, in my situation, cancer, rather than saying, well, the whole world was against me, God is against me, it just showed up. I get to have the recognition of my own inner power and see how all of the things culminated, all of my choices, all of my thoughts, all of my beliefs, the way I was acting, the way I was speaking, even behaving, eating, all of those things culminated into this perfect storm of me being sick and getting cancer. Now that doesn't mean that as children and as individuals that haven't understood this yet, and we haven't matured to that point where we've really asked those questions, that we deserved any of that trauma or suffering. So somebody who is abused, whether that be sexually, mentally, physically, whatever, as we look back at those experiences, it doesn't mean we recognize that we deserved that, right? That we were deserving of that trauma, of that abuse, right? That's not the case. It's that as we look back on those situations, we begin to see that each one of those situations was a stepping stone for this ultimate reality of remembering that I am the creator of my experience. I am the victor of this experience. And even though in that moment in time I didn't recognize that, and that it was something very traumatic was happening to me, I didn't deserve it at that time, but that contrast got me to ask the questions, to move me along my spiritual journey, to get me to where I am recognizing right now that I am the creator of my life, that I am the victor of my experience. So really the law of attraction, it doesn't victim blame, but it continues to perpetuate victims as victims. And it continues to perpetuate victors as victors. The rich get rich, the poor get poor, the healthy stay healthy for the most part. The healthier continue to be sick, We, through each of our experiences, through each of the good, the bad, the indifferent, have come to learn something. And the ultimate truth of our reality is that this human existence, this human experience that we're so fortunate and blessed to have, is merely a fun and enjoyable game. And it becomes more of a game when we know how to play the rules. When we know how to play the game with knowing the rules. You can see the law of attraction in every person you come across, right? You hear people talking about perpetually how bad something is. Politics, their health, how poor they are, their relationships. And you can see the propagation of how bad it continues to get for them. And then you can see it in those who talk about how they're going to overcome the illness and truly believe that. How they're going to gain more prosperity, financial prosperity. How they're going to get the house, how they're going to get the car, how they're going to be a victor in their communities instead of focusing on those large political rings. And it's nothing that we don't know. You can see it and you can test it very easily in your own mind. Now, what I've noticed in myself is that even though at times I think, oh, I'm not an angry person, I'm not a frustrated person, which for the most part I'm not. But lately, the last year, I've become very, very cynical and very, very frustrated. And even though I know how that feels in my body, I've been able to subdue that joy, that eternal bliss, that feeling of true freedom, because I was allowing the external reality to start to dictate my internal voice. So the external circumstances around me began changing my internal voice and became more pessimistic, more cynical, especially in, I'll use the political reign right now. It made me very cynical, very, very pessimistic, because I could see that the external reality around me kept spinning in the same way, This person sees it this way, this person sees it that way, this person sees it this way. Instead, I had the opportunity to change my inner vision, right? The way I was going to see those around me. And the reason I kept seeing those spinning one way was because my inner voice, I was talking to myself saying, I can't believe people are seeing things this way. I can't believe people are seeing things this way. I can't believe. And so what happens? I had a very strong vibration, a 97.3 vibration around people seeing things this way. And what did I receive? 97.3 people seeing things this way. And so yes, the law of attraction does victim blame, but not because it's malicious, purely because it's responding to each one of us. And the more we can think prosperous thoughts and have prosperous beliefs, because my beliefs are only thoughts that I've habitually thought, and as a result, I attracted an instance into my life that showed me that reality, it became more cemented. And so I can begin now to start feeling healthy and healed. I can begin now to feel loved and in this perfect relationship. I can begin to feel now wealthy, abundant, prosperous. And the law of attraction will respond to that belief. And the belief and that feeling become intertwined. I believe something here. It has become this consistent vibrational thought pattern, and that belief begins to move down into the heart, and I can begin to feel with that emotion, that combined energy of thought and emotion, and the feeling manifests, right? And that feeling manifests in my body. And that manifestation of the feeling in my body will cause the external reality to manifest that and show up in my reality for me. I will attract that feeling. So yes, the law of attraction, it doesn't victimize, nor does it, what's the opposite of victimize? Opportunize? I made up a word. That was a good word. It doesn't do either. It's there purely because we are creators. And you are creator whether you like it or not. Whether you are victim or victor, you are creator. You know, whether you are poor or you are wealthy, you are creator. Whether you are sick or well, you are creator. The reminder for the law of attraction is that there is only a stream of well-being. There is only a stream of goodness. And so the law of attraction naturally wants us to move with that stream of well-being. But because we are creators and we have free choice, we get to choose whether we allow that stream to be and to go with it and to feel good and feel abundant and feel happy, feel joyful. That's our indication that we're in the right direction. Or we can go the other way and feel bad and feel unhappy and feel pessimistic and feel frustrated at certain things. And that will show up for us because either way, we're creating our reality. Henry Ford, right? The old quote: whether you think you're wrong or right, or what is it? Either whether you think you're, what does he say? Whether you think you're good or bad, either way you're right. Whatever he says, something like that, along those lines. I'll put the quote up. I'll put the real quote up in this video. But so anyways, yes, the law of attraction does victim blame. but not because you are a victim, nor did you deserve any of the things that happened to you. That's never the case. It just was a situation that matched how you were vibrating in that current way at that time. And in recognizing that, it helps us to forgive those experiences as well. And to forgive ourselves and to forgive others if we've been hurt by others, or to forgive a situation. To forgive a situation because it happened to us. And I can say, you know what? That sucked that happened to me. However, I do see how in that place I could have manifested that, being a manifester by default, not knowing my creative power yet. And I could see how that showed up in my life. And now, knowing that I am the creator of my life, the creator of my reality, I get to choose a different direction. And in that place, our whole lives change. So thank you for watching this. I always appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, share. Give me some feedback. I love your guys' feedback when I hear it, if you've made it this far. Yeah, I hope you recognize your inner power and how beautiful you really are, because you are an extension of God. And being so, you are a creative master in this reality. And I hope you begin to see that for yourself, because that is your true essence. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. I love you.